Tess, rumor has it you've made vacation envy a real thing here in Whitefish.
Guilty as charged. At Outside Metro, we've got everything from cozy downtown lofts to Lakeview retreats, even barns with pickleball courts. And with over 500 five-star reviews, you really can't go wrong.
What? Okay, I'm already packing my bags.
Just make sure you book direct, Julie, and save on those booking fees at OutsideMetro.com. That's where the good stuff happens.
Done. Outside Metro. And stay where the locals play. The IWD406 Podcast, where Montana women are heard, celebrated, and supported. We're inviting you into a real conversation, one many women are quietly having right now. Join Allie Betts and Emily Morrow and myself on the IWD406 Podcast as we explore what it means to step into the year of the horse and whether intention setting still serves us or if it's time for a different approach. This isn't about manifesting harder, it's about asking better questions. This is what we're going to talk about, guys. Setting intentions or choosing not to. What alignment really looks like in personal and professional branding. How women can execute with clarity, not burnout, which I know I struggle with into 2026. What the year of the horse symbolizes, movement, strength, independence, and stamina, which I think as I get older, that's what I need. And what it means to carry that energy as women building lives and work in Montana. This conversation is rooted in place, honesty, and lived experience because Montana women don't move fast for the sake of speed. We move with purpose. So tune in, you guys. If you're rethinking your goals, your brand, or how you want to show up next, this one's for you. All right, let's get into it, girls.
Yeah.
Yay. Welcome, Emily. Say hi.
Hey.
Hey.
Thank you.
Welcome, Allie. Say hello.
Hello.
All right, girls, let's get into this conversation. First and foremost, are you guys setting intentions for 2026? Don't answer at once.
Allie, you go first.
Yeah.
I set intentions on my birthday, and I've done that for at least the last decade.
Okay, when's your birthday?
April.
April.
Yeah.
Oh, so you
So-
delay the intention setting.
I like to use my birthday as my new year because that's when I arrived.
Smart.
So I always take my birthday to be by myself, to reflect, and to really look over the last year of my life
Oh.
and then see where was I out of alignment? Where was I in alignment? What could I do better? What do I need to want to do
Yeah.
going forward? How
You're-
can I become more aligned?
Okay, let me ask you
Yeah.
this. So you're now getting super close to April.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting there.
Yes.
All right. So then how are you doing like a progress check? How does that
Yeah.
work?
Yeah, so every month I sit down and I look at the intentions that I've set and I'm like, okay, where am I? How am I? Like, where am I doing well? Where can I do better?
Oh.
Yeah.
And is that
So-
it categorized?
Yes.
Okay.
I
I know.
actually have a journal that I designed that I
Should.
use.
Should.
So, yeah, and I do it in 90-day increments.
Okay.
So it's seasonal as
It's-
well.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at you all
Yeah.
organized
Wow.
and fancy like that.
That resonates with me.
Does it
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
I don't do that like
I'll give you
consciously,
one.
but I love that idea.
I do
Oh,
love
should
that
have
idea.
brought them. I will give you one.
Good.
If
I love
you
that.
want.
I do. I totally do.
Wait, are you
Yeah.
selling them? So this is a good plug. And plug it.
They are on for sale on the website.
What?
Yeah.
You're selling?
It goes along with the book as well.
I want it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we've got a lot to digest here. Okay.
Boy.
All right. Okay. So we'll plug
Yes.
that piece at the end.
All good.
Okay, Emily, go ahead. You're up.
I think I do a scan on my birthday too. And it's just, it feels more personalized. And there's not a ton of people around me that are like drunk. It just seems more intentional than
Yes.
a
Oh.
January, like a
Mhm.
midnight drunken, I'm going to lose whatever. I'm going to start doing this or that. I've got a lot to talk about today as far as like the history, and I'll make it brief. I
Yeah,
won't
do
be
it.
like
Do it.
verbose
Do
about
it.
it.
I love it.
But the new year wasn't always January 1st. It was historically in the spring when we were following the seasons. And I just learned this days ago. And I always like, as I've gotten older, I'm like, I don't want to go out New Year's Eve. Why? I don't want to be in that kind of environment anymore. And I want to be more intentional, like Allie's bringing up, which I love that. My whole life now, I feel like is more geared toward intentionality and consciousness And if I do want to make change, I think my contribution for today, my tidbit was, I've noticed the more mature I get, the wiser I get, the more change happens, not with emotionality. I get really excited about something. I actually like question my excitement. Sometimes I'm like, okay, excitement's good. Now let's dig a little bit. Why are you excited? How would this change your life? What do you want to change about your life? And a lot of things get changed in my life with hard work.
Yeah.
A plan.
Yeah.
And most of the time it doesn't happen overnight.
That's true.
And so I'm going with that, not trying to go like too slow, because I could err on the side of so much hesitation that I get analysis paralysis.
Oh, a lot of people do that. That's so true. Yeah.
So I'm trying to get that balance of, I'm not stalling or self-sabotaging, but I'm not acting rash about something.
Yeah. See, and I'm the opposite. See, I'm more, oh, that's a good idea. Let's do it. Like I'm an emotional, classic, sanguine type person
And
where
I need to be surrounded by people like that, because I do get prone to getting stuck or overanalyzing.
Oh, see, for me, I look at that as a challenge. If I sit and if there's something that's stifling me, I'm like, oh, okay, I got to figure that piece out. It's like a puzzle. Okay, I got to get that figured out. Why? What about me dragging my feet why is that happening? Because before I was gangbusters about it. And now what's the reason why me either not pushing through it or I'm pulling back away from it.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then for me, that's a challenge where I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to figure this shit out and I'm going to keep moving forward.
Same.
But
Purpose.
I do see people that have more of that type of temperament or personality where they have to really have a lot of data, a lot of information to push them through.
Sometimes sadly, it's, I could just really wring someone out to dry. They're like, oh my gosh, how much more evidence or data do you need?
Exactly.
I might have been the doubting Thomas in the New Testament. Show me.
Yeah.
I need to see something.
Yeah, that's true.
Show me a shorts or a jacket at least.
So for that, and Allie, I want you to respond to the thought for that though is, are you a person that needs somebody to push you? Or do you have that in you to push yourself?
Both. I think my mom was such a manager of my life growing up that I thought that's just how life works. And so I have found the grit, and I had to hit a couple rock bottoms to go, okay, I do have an internal locus of strength. Like I've got strength inside of me. And so I feel like I'm in a sweet spot in my life where I definitely I feel very action oriented right now and very wise with it.
Gives me the chills.
Yeah. I'm stoked.
Good. I love that.
41's great.
It is. Allie, what's your thoughts?
Beautiful. I think that I can do both of those things, right?
You can, yeah.
I get very excited and get very action driven.
Okay.
And then at the same time, I have in the past been very in my head.
Yeah.
And analyze everything.
Yeah.
Think about all of the things that could go wrong.
That could go wrong.
Totally.
And then why you don't want to do it.
I think I'm at a very interesting spot in my life right now.
Okay.
Where I've moved.
Yeah.
And
you did move.
Yeah.
Far.
Yes.
Far.
Yes.
Across the
Yes.
U.S.
Moving gets harder as you get older. I've noticed. I don't know about for other people.
That's
I've
true.
moved so many times. Like, I feel we were trying to find our place.
Yeah.
And I think that all the moving has been wonderful. I'm so grateful because we've found out, like, what do you really value? And I think that moving can do that for you.
Yeah,
in
that's
different
true.
places. And I'm so grateful. Like, coming here, I realized how important the mountains are for my life.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I grew up with the ocean and the mountains.
Yeah.
And just being able to have all of that and having that here again, like the lakes and the hiking, and it just feeds my soul.
There's something here about that. Yeah, there's something about that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of studies, grounding and forest bathing and all the things. Yeah.
Yes. There's I'm not going to remember the name of the book, but it's Nature something, and it's all about that. And
Okay.
it's absolutely incredible. We can link it in the show notes. I'll send it to you, but it's an amazing book.
Okay, cool.
I read it in 2020. But I find, like, we were talking about this before, nature, I feel like nature is a connection to God. God created all of this.
Oh,
and
totally.
that when I live somewhere that's bigger, that has a lot of population, that I get more in that analytical of overthinking. And
Is it because
all
of the
that?
people, or is it because you don't have the space? Your head's not clear enough because of all the noise
Yes.
to ground yourself to find that intentionality in life or whatever it is that you want to do.
Yeah, I think that for myself, being alone and being in nature, even if that's maybe not safe.
Yeah,
I-
not here it's not. Sometimes.
I'm so alone in nature a lot. Yeah.
But you're like packing. You're like
Yes.
walking out there like Annie Oakley.
Annie Oakley, Annie, get your gun.
I love
Yes,
it.
totally.
I got
Yeah.
one. So
Yes, but
I'll-
go out in the wild.
Yeah,
Go figure shit out.
there's just something that is
Essential.
for me to be in nature, to have that connection.
Okay.
To be able to be more grounded and less in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so interesting, not to shift gears, but to think about the fact that almost 5, maybe I'd say less than 5 years ago, I don't know what it was, but it was such a hype around the New Year's. You were saying like New Year's is not your thing. Like a lot of people, like they still put everything in New Year's. It's okay. They do, what do they call that? Where you burn, like a burn party, where you burn all your 2025 and
Oh.
everything is behind you. I'm like, well, not really the case. But I do think like going into 2026, people are still into that, right? They're still into those things. But now it seems like there's a massive shift into that whole New Year's, whatever you want to call it, the whole resolution type thing. So what's your thoughts on that? Like, why do you think there's been a shift?
I think it's really interesting if we look at all of the holidays.
Yeah.
Because I think it is a holiday, right?
Yeah.
When I'm struck by that there's Christmas stuff in October
Yeah.
in the holidays, and I wonder like how it's related to the way things are marketed and
Yeah.
business and all of
Mhm.
that. Like that everything has been pushed. Like Black Friday, I think started at the beginning of November.
Yeah.
And all the cyber things, like it
Yeah.
was just, it's going on for so long. And I wonder, like in our society where we're constantly, like people are literally addicted to their phones. They're scrolling constantly. I don't know the statistics of how many hours people spend, but I just think
lot.
that like we're so overstimulated that I think marketing is responding in a way. But I also think that the shift to intentionality away from goal setting, I'm like, people are maybe not, they're like, okay, that hasn't worked for me. So they're shifting. And it's like the millennial generation
Yep.
is the biggest generation that is setting these intentions.
Mhm.
And I think that maybe through trial, my own experience, like I was big into goal setting in my 20s. Like that was massive.
Yeah.
And the goals were not always aligned.
Yeah, that's
with,
true.
It was like, why am I setting these goals? So I'm very hopeful about this trend that people are really being more reflective, introspective. What are my actual goals? What instead of society? Like
Oh, good
what
point.
they
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
be doing. So
Yeah.
I'm hopeful. That's
Yeah.
part of the trend that it's, I think so many people in the work that I've done, so many of my clients have, they struggle to put themselves first. They struggle with guilt for resting because we have this story around productivity.
Oh, it totally
and
is.
we need to be productive.
Yeah.
And they're like, there's so many things I could be doing. That was my own journey. Like
Yeah.
when I started to be like, oh, self-care isn't selfish.
Well-
Whoa, what an idea.
You hit a really good point. Like just even rest. I think for myself, rest is a hard one. It really truly is. I have a racing mind. And the
Mhm.
older I get to menopause, the more my mind races.
Interesting.
And it sucks because I sit
That's amazing.
and I literally lay there and think to myself, oh, I got to do this and
It's
this.
a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
It's too much
And then putting
pressure.
them in the categories. But okay, here's the other thing. I was just talking to one of my friends and I'm like, but I'm like excited to not sleep because I got so much stuff I want to do. And as I get close to 50, I'm like, holy crap, I only have this amount of time really left
Right.
to do that sounds terrible. Does that sound ridiculous?
No, it sounds
No.
realistic. I think that it's like an awakening.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody
Where
has different awakenings.
Yeah, and I didn't really think in that way in my 20s. Oh, I got all this time to look great. I will never look like the 50-year-old girl. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm looking like her.
You're invincible.
Or
You're
invincible.
like a superhero.
Yeah, that I don't get achy or things don't hit me as hard. No, they're hitting me as hard. I don't have as much stamina is what I used to have. And I do think, though, that like with the trends of biohacking and vitality type things people are doing, I can be a little bit more, but I also feel like that's such a push too, like pressure cooker of I should be doing all those things. I should be cold plunging 4 times a week. There's so much pressure even in that arena. Do you guys feel that way?
Yeah, I do. I was driving like two days ago. I was like daydreaming, and the phrase "keeping up with the Joneses" came into my head.
Yeah.
And then my secondary thought, which is such a me thing, I said to myself, "You don't even like the Joneses."
That's true.
That was my second thought.
Ooh,
and
that's
I'm like,
a good one, Emily.
I have always carved out my own path and with creativity and ingenuity, and to do it like a circle back to the resolutions.
Yeah.
It's so unrealistic to think that everything you were working on in 2025 is just done. It's not.
Right.
It's not done. Your relation, even if you want to cut a relationship out, that's totally possible, but maybe you'll handle the aftermath of it or feeling resilient from it or grieving it or whatever. There's so many residual things from actions that you take, energy and action, like projects and good or bad. It's not just completely new or completely dead once January 1st hits. I think that's a lot of pressure. And I think it's an imaginary thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's in people's heads. And if we don't have enough pressure as it is, we have to hit this mark. Why can't I just have a deadline for my taxes and then take the intentionality of renewal and ingenuity and creation in my own body on my own time? That's how I feel about. And I don't want to this is so new. I'm excited about it, but I don't want to set totally new intentions of market change in the winter. I'm trying something new. I'm going to wait. I'm going to see what spring brings. But there are a few items that I feel excited about, and I'd love to talk about that.
Yeah, talk about that. I want to know what you're excited about.
I'm going overseas pretty soon.
Good.
Or reconnecting with my Sicilian clan and looking at investment property out there. I love the United States. I'm just looking at different markets to grow wealth in my own life.
Yeah.
I think I'm just trying to get creative with that.
Yeah.
There's been a couple of deaths in the family in 2025. And I want a renewal of soul. And I find that in Montana too. I feel like I'm really lucky to be here.
Yeah.
Living in West Glacier, just waking up and just seeing those mountains, and it's just quiet.
Yeah.
And my neighbors are really nice and hot. But
you have a hot neighbor?
I have a kind of hot neighbor.
That makes it easy
I hope he
to
never
live in
listens
West Glacier.
to this podcast. But it's kind of easy on
Does
the eyes.
he have his shirt off when he's snow removals? The
No.
parking lot?
And they're very kind.
We can talk all about them.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's cool, Emily.
It's exciting. So that is new. That's something new. I want to capitalize on what I had going on in 2025 and remember those things. Christmas time is a really nice time where you remember. For some reason, just the veil is thin for me during that time. And I don't know if it's a spiritual thing, if that's actually in spiritual practices that December or Christmas is a thinning of the veil, but a ton of relatives that have passed over just came to me and were giving me sage wisdoms and comfort.
Beautiful.
A lot of it was just comfort.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
And I just felt like alive, more alive than I've ever felt before. And then I want to hold on to that Christmas feeling and the memories of my past, my own personal life, but also like generationally, my ancestors. I felt that this year. And so I don't want that to end.
Okay, let me ask you this. So what would you have, we have to leave something in the past. What would you have left behind in 2025?
Such a good question. I'll let you go. I'm thinking.
Oh, goodness.
I have a
on the
whole bunch. I have a
spot.
long
Yeah.
list.
You start then.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say my 2025 definitely was a learning year for me. So 2024, I'll give you a little bit of a history for me. So I'm a stay-at-home mom, been a stay-at-home mom for many years. I've got my oldest boy who's here right now, and he's 18 years old, going to be 19 here soon. So I've been doing that job for a long time. But I also have always had little side things, little hustles that I've done. And then I decided over the course of moving here for couple years, I was like, I really want to do something. I really want to do something here. And I've always been a big supporter of women. I took some time, and then in February of 2024, I launched this platform. And I came from, my previous platform was health and wellness. So I was drowning in chronic illness and sickness and all the things that people are complaining about and feeling, and then trying to fix it, right? They're trying to do all these things, which is wonderful that we're all hopping into biohacking, and look, we've got options now for health and wellness. But I wanted to do something different. So I shifted into this realm, and I wanted to learn about Montana women. So it's been really interesting. 2024 was fun because it was like a launch year, because it took some time before I launched it to learn what can I do? What can I do to help women? 2024 was fun, but I was completely burning out by the end of 2024 into 2025. So I was experiencing burnout right in the very beginning. I'm like, this is crazy. I cannot do that to myself. I cannot run all these events and do all these things and then try to manage my work life versus my home life. 2025 came, and I realized, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to shift my focus. And I also need to drill down on what I want to do, how I can help people, and who I want to help, and who I want to collaborate with.
Amen.
Now, okay, the who part is learning people, learning who to collaborate with, learning who is going to give as much as you're giving.
Amen.
And you learn some hard lessons through that process.
Absolutely.
And I think for me, I found that I did a lot more giving. I did a lot more self-sacrificing than what was needed to be able to move the needle. So I'm going to put that back into 2025 and not and take that into 2026. I'm not doing that.
Good for you.
So I think more vetting who I end up collaborating with, learning a little bit more about what is their direction, where are they going, seeing proof in the pudding kind of thing. Does that make sense?
And do they want what I want?
Do they want what I want?
Like, are we in the same?
Yeah.
Are we working on the same planet here?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do we value the same thing?
Huge thing.
Huge.
Amazing point.
I'm glad you
have
said that.
The same work ethic.
Yeah, exactly.
I've learned that the hard way.
And some people, when they, and I'm just speaking in generality, but some people, when they feel insecure or they're lacking, they respond in a different way. But I'm an energy person. So I immediately seek that out, and I notice it. I'm like, ooh, this isn't going very well. This isn't going in the right direction. And as a woman, men are easy to just cut it off. Women have to take their time to figure out how to get out of that. Have you noticed that? Some people aren't. Some women aren't. Some people are like, oh yeah, I'm more of, wait a minute, do I give the benefit of the doubt? Do I give grace? What do I do here? Where do I go with this? Can I train this? Can I maneuver around this?
Yeah.
This 2026, I'm not doing that.
Good for you.
I'm not doing it.
I think for me, it took one kind of major relationship that I just would have preferred had gone differently for over the course of many years.
Yeah.
And so now I'm just like really protective over my girlfriend circle. And if it's just two girls, I don't have a number. I had this guy friend who's no longer in my life, actually. Like, I was able to cut that out.
Yeah.
It was just not serving me. He's, Emily, you just need to get a big group of girls. And I'm like, and why?
Yeah.
That's not who I am. I have two ride or dies. And then I have this like circle that I float in and out with, and we collaborate with each other. And I do not have a number. I will never have a number. I'm not that insecure.
Yeah.
And I love that idea of, if you see one red flag, and a red flag to you is, this person is not in my tribe, or I hate that. Maybe I don't want to use that word in 2026. I stopped really enjoying that. But this person doesn't want the same things as I want. They don't have the same value system as I have. Allie's, so eloquently
super
put.
important. Yeah.
And so that one red flag is that's all I really need. And the cutoff does not have to be a scene in a movie. It's just that you stop talking.
Yeah. Or you just be honest.
Or be honest.
This isn't working.
Yeah, I have found that I'm much more honest now.
Because you can walk away and go, okay, I did everything that I could, and I walked away clean. Like, I wasn't being a dirty birdie. And
like
I'm
just staying and feeling like shit.
yeah. And then you just move on. You don't talk about it. You keep moving. You just keep moving forward
Yeah.
and move on, and you learn from it. That's the way I look at it. But it's hard. It's really hard.
It's making me like really introspective right now, like really scanning my brain. And I think the honesty piece in my life has been the most liberating character strength that I've built that has served me and others. So isn't it refreshing to know where you stand with someone?
Yes.
Maybe initially be like, I wish that had worked out, but at least I know how she feels about me.
Yeah, exactly.
And it wasn't unkind. It was honest and clear.
Yeah.
That's a gift, honestly. I think that's a
is.
real comeuppeth. What is that word that I just used?
Come up with.
It's like I wanted to be Shakespearean for a minute.
I loved it.
It's a real coming into your own.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your thoughts, Allie?
Yeah, it's like I think it's owning who you are.
Yeah.
What you want. I think the more that you are comfortable in owning who you are.
Yep.
And I think when you get to know yourself, for me, it's been easier to have those boundaries, those clear things that I'm like, oh, this isn't aligned.
Yeah. And what is a boundary?
That's a good one. I want to talk about that.
What
because
does that even mean to people?
I think for me, it's more of, I don't know if it's not protection. It's more setting up for myself. I've worked really hard on myself for my entire life to get to where I'm at, where I actually feel like I've finally found something that I absolutely truly love and I'm meant to do for my life. And it's a thing that for me, it's like, I'm good at this and I'm not so great about this, but I'm pretty honest that I'm not so great about this. Like, I'm not going to try to sell something that I'm not. Yeah. So it's a take or leave me situation. And as older I get, I know what I can do to help. I know what I can do to provide. I know what I can do to be a good partner to my husband or a great mom to my children. But I also know what I can't do. And I didn't know that before. I'm like, and I didn't accept it because I was like, okay, I'm not even going to try anymore to try to do that because that's not really me. And everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Like, they're going to know that. They're going to know you're not that good at that, or you're not that type of person. So stop trying to put a front up or stop trying to be something that you're really not.
And isn't it a strength to know that before other people know?
Exactly.
Like, oh, I knew that before you, so don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm not good at that, and I don't want to do that.
Or I'm not good for everybody. I'm only good for the people that I'm good for. And so I've learned to not beat myself up. I think over the last few years of being like, I just didn't work out for you. I just didn't work out for that thing or whatever that project was or whatnot. It just didn't work out. We got to move on. And that's hard for some people to move on. Is it hard for you to move on?
I think it goes back to the programming and conditioning that women are brought up in to be the good girl, to be quiet, to be accommodating, to all of that. And that was
to be everything for everyone or anyone.
Yes.
Yeah, I had such a loose filter.
Perfectionism, all of that. That's been my journey.
Yeah.
Like, I made my childhood was just like, make sure everyone else is okay.
Yeah.
Make sure that there's no waves.
Yeah.
So I played that role. I overcompensated for everyone. I was the person that went between and was like, oh, don't be mad at them, and then I'll go talk to them. That's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
I think as women, it's maybe not my experience, how extreme it was, but I see it in the work
peacemaker.
that I do.
Like, maybe you weren't born to be the peacemaker. You're just a woman. It doesn't mean you are, by default, a peacemaker.
Yes.
I don't think I think I'm sorry. Like, you made me think of that. So I'll talk in a minute. You're on
You're good.
a good subject.
But I think that we're conditioned, and I think people pleasing runs so deep.
Yeah, and then you meet somebody who doesn't people please, and you're like, she's a bitch.
Right?
Is she?
But is she?
Right.
That's the question.
That's the stereotype.
It's so true, though. It's you do meet people and they're not willing. It's not that they're not willing to budge, but they're more like, this is where I stand and I'm standing firm in it. And
Clear.
you're like, They're clear.
They're just clear.
Ooh, I like
Right?
Clear is not bitch. But
Oh,
I used to think it was, oh, wow, she's not like groveling or there's no negotiation. But that is actually really a good deal maker.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this is where I end and where would you like to begin?
Yeah.
That's a great spot to be in. And actually, it's good for kids and pets, like to be clear, right?
Yeah.
As a parent, if you're wishy-washy or you're disorganized, the kid is going to develop less optimally because they just don't know what they can and can't do. And then
True.
with pets, it's like they also have a disorganized attachment because of it. I don't know why I thought about child rearing and pet rearing, but
You're just like psychology terms. Look, I know which wheelhouse you're in, which is awesome.
I'll reel it back.
I love it. I love it. Keep it. Keep doing
so
it.
good.
I think I aspire every day to be clear.
Yeah.
To be really clear for myself too.
And I think too, the clearer you are, for me, I feel like I just let stuff off my shoulders. If I'm wishy-washy, then I'm like, oh, I always sometimes backtrack and think, why'd I say that? If I would have just been more direct and like clear about it, like there's going to be no misinterpretation or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's, and then I like go, okay, I'm going to have to go back and re-explain myself. It's like extra, you're stepping over yourself essentially.
I know. Have you ever been alone and reenacted the scene and said things out loud that you wish you had said?
I'm notorious for that.
That's the worst.
Do you do that like in the car? What? You like you reenact yourself talking on the phone. If I would have only said this, and you're in the car and people are like driving past you and you're like fucking yourself like you're really into it. Yes, I've done that.
Yeah, completely nuts. So
Yeah, nuts. Completely nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when we're clear,
Yeah.
Even when we look at the language, I think language is so powerful.
Totally.
Language is so powerful. We call those people self-centered. Why is it bad to be centered in yourself?
Ooh. Oh, I like that.
I want to be centered in
Yes.
myself because when I know who I am,
Yeah.
I can
But you're not, but
be the
What's
person.
to be self-centered, you're not being like a bitch. You're not being
Right.
intentionally know-it-all or right about everything.
Yes.
You're just being
confident.
confident and really tapped into that innate part of yourself or your core beliefs, core values. Right?
I believe
So-
we are called to do that.
Yeah.
I would also love to dig into the etymology of the word Christo at another podcast and what that means.
Oh.
But if we all have this vibration within us that's like very angelic, very godlike, very connected to source, and it's important, if you're not centered on self, you won't ever be able to tap into that and then give maximally in your life.
True.
Yeah.
Because you're never really vibrating at your high frequency.
Okay, you guys didn't answer what you want to get rid of or not bring into 2026. I spilled my beans. You're up. Either one of you.
Gosh, I felt like the 2025 ended supremely well for me.
Good.
I did not invite people that I didn't want into my life. And I was clear with those who were in it. I'm actually like, I feel strong about 2025.
Okay. Did you learn any lessons? Was there anything that you could pull through?
Yeah. So lessons are, sometimes I would let people take the wheel, assuming like on a project or like having anything to do with my life, my businesses, my personal life or whatever. I'm in it right now personally. Like I'm 41. I want to get married. I want to have at least one child. And that is so clear. And I just give people that I was dating like the opportunity to just like not even put them in the hot seat. I'm ready to, if you want to date me, like this is my goal. And if that's not your goal, we don't date. We don't date. If you want to buy me lunch as a friend, fine. That's great. But you're not going to take too much time anymore. It's definitely crunch time for me. And business wise, I assume that people have that moxie and that grit inside of them to like that entrepreneurial spirit and attitude. Not everybody has that. I was born with a gift. And Julie knows I was like hawking bracelets and like these things that I would beaded bracelets and necklaces in elementary school and sell them in the hallway when other second graders were going in between classes while the teachers weren't looking. And I would take their money.
Oh.
And we were the same age. I was like, okay, this one's $5. It was like 1993. And that's who I am.
Yeah.
No one told me to do that.
Yeah. You just knew.
I just knew.
Yeah.
And
You knew those people needed your beaded bracelets.
I knew that their necks were bare. They needed bangles. It's like my Lebanese was like in full bloom in the elementary school hallway. It was ridiculous. You don't.
No,
Who
it's
does
beautiful.
that?
I love it. I love it.
And I look back on that little girl and I'm like, you're cool. Like,
Yeah.
you're the shit. And you should know that. And I built 2 businesses. And to this day, now I have a new business, a therapy practice, and it's who I am. So if I give that power away to someone who wants to do business with me or partner with me before knowing if they do or do not have it, I'm doing myself a disservice. So in 2026, I am vetting anyone in my life. I ask questions, not interrogating them, but these questions that are like vetting.
Yeah, I like
Who
that.
are you?
Uh-huh.
How do you go about your business? How much money do you make? What are you actually like profiting in the business that you have? Or is it just fluff? Is it a popularity business?
Yeah.
I'm here to make some money.
Yeah.
I'm here about actually like creating revenue for myself.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here and I'm not struggling, but I'm also not relying on a partner right now. And even if I was, I still wouldn't change. My character still wouldn't change.
That's good because being in Montana, it's expensive to live here. You guys,
It's very expensive.
but Montana is a fantastic place to come seeking opportunity right now.
Yes.
It's mass. What's coming in is crazy.
It's wild.
I hope to tap into it.
Yeah.
I want to get on the wave of people that are like sharp, quick. They've been maybe in the city before, let's be honest.
Yeah.
They just weren't. I'll stop now, but they've had some contact with people that have deadlines, that they're working with big people. They're moving big stuff around.
Right.
I need that energy in my life.
Yep.
I need people that are a little bit ahead of the curve every time.
Yeah.
Like I moved to Vegas when the dancers were leaving LA before that big opportunity for dancers. And then I left Vegas right before COVID. So I feel like I'm always on the front end of that curve.
That's good.
And I want to keep that going.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
now that vetting process in 2026 is really important for me because I don't have time to explore or experiment with someone that's not going to work out.
Yeah. Agreed.
Like
Agreed. Well, you
because
do
of
have
like
time.
crashing and burning.
You do have time.
I
You
have
do
a little time.
You have a lot more time than I do.
I'm just trying to keep up with myself, let
Yeah.
alone the Joneses.
Yes, yes. But and I
Yeah.
wish that we like what you just said, somebody was I didn't have that in my 20s. I wasn't like the mindset just wasn't there. I don't know if it's because I didn't have enough life experience. I didn't have my ass handed to me a few times. I
Being a
had to learn
dancer
a lot.
in auditions,
Yeah.
that was my life.
Yeah.
It's just either you are that or you don't
Yeah,
do your art.
You've done you were in a higher performing industry. Like it's either
Well,
cutthroat.
fish or cut bait. Like
Yeah.
it is literally like when you're in an audition, it's like, do you want the role or don't you? It's like binary.
And see, my vibe for Montana really isn't cutthroat here.
No,
It's
and I
any-
struggle with
and
that.
I feel like anything can go, to be honest with you.
I do struggle with that
Why do you struggle with
because
that?
sometimes I get inspired by other people who are like cutting their teeth still and like just trying to
Oh.
like push.
Yeah.
And I have to derive some of my inspiration outside of Montana, but bring it back here. Sometimes here, like you, right? I have a circle of
Okay.
people that are doing like big things, but I also have people who are out in the world. Like my cousin works at an embassy and my other cousins work in immigration, the government. My brother's a fireman in Houston. I just try to pull from everywhere and he's constantly wanting to like better himself. I like people who are like go-getters.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm still trying to meet more people in this state that do it. And now most of the women I'm starting to get exposure to is from your podcast.
Oh.
Seriously.
Yeah, there's some serious go-getters
Yeah.
on the podcast. You were one of them.
Thank you.
I can't remember which episode you were, but you were on the podcast.
A woman among giants. No.
That's true. Giants. Yeah, but I mean, like the women that come on, that truly, they have serious stories. They're like
I'm inspired by those. I
And
don't see them on every day.
grit and tenacity, and they're like, yeah, I got knocked down. This is a challenge I faced. Or people that didn't really. This is the thing. I'm gonna tell you one thing I have pulled from the podcast, and in this conversation right now, you just said when you were younger, you knew that you were like a salesperson, like you were like
Love
on it.
selling.
Like
Love it.
You're not fearful of it. You took that veil does not exist for you. Of I'm fearing rejection, like somebody telling me no.
I'm like,
I
try to say
know-
no. Try to say no.
Yeah, try to say no to me because I really know you want this bangle because it's going to look great with your jeans. But for me, each person I've always interviewed, and the reason why I have the format that I have is because my mom was an English teacher, and there's a little bit of what happens at the end from the beginning. So if I hear about their childhood, I'm instantly pulling nuggets. I'm like, oh, your dad was a big influence for you, or this experience that you had in 7th grade impacted you for what you're doing today. You figured it out, right? But it took a long time to get there. So I feel like for what you said, like doing the selling the bracelets, when I was a young girl, my mom used to say, you're not going to work for anybody. I did work for a lot of people. I worked for Fortune 500 companies. And she said to me, you're going to be an entrepreneur. You're going to be your own business leader, business person. And I've always dreamed of that. And I think that's why where I'm sitting today, I finally figured it out. But it took me detouring a lot during my journey to get back to that piece and go, yeah, I'm meant to work for myself. I'm meant to do my thing, figure that out, find the little niche that I need to be in. So
did she see that in you?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
she saw that in me.
Interesting that we always circle back to our true nature.
Yeah, our parents
After
know.
trying and out in the world, our parents know. Even my mom knew. Yeah,
They do know. They really do. And as I look at my kids, and I can see little things that I know that they're going to be really good at. Maybe they don't know it yet, but I know.
What a gift.
Like little gifts that they begin, because I always say, like, when we're born, and I tell this to each and every person I've ever interviewed, we're given this like box, right? We're coveted box that God gave you that's very specific to you and your life. And sometimes people are going to try to take it away from you. Like they're going to try to pull shit out of it and make you believe something different. But as long as you go back to that box on what's inside that box, that's really who you are as a person, who you are. Oh, sorry. This happens, but it's so important.
Every time I listen to your podcast, I cry. So it's fine.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You're going to make me cry. But yeah, it is what it is. It's this gift that God gave us. And if we just do better job at coveting it and then pulling out little glimpses of it in our life, we're going to do all right.
I love that phrase. That is, I'm going to keep that through the whole year, this image of the box. Thank you for talking about that. It's gorgeous. I think that there's something in the Bible that's don't cast your pearls to swine or something like that. And I was like, people stop telling me Bible verses. Sometimes I get a little overloaded with the Bible verse resuscitation, but that one really resonates with me because of the people pleasing aspect of my nature or what people want me to do
because it's
to make them feel comfortable.
Yeah, because we live in this world where people may have already given stuff away, so they're desperately seeking it back. So they project.
So they're their box is empty.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
that their box is empty.
Yeah.
And you have to be protective over that because they haven't learned the lesson.
Yeah.
If you have the lesson of, hey, my job is not only to give to the world, but also to protect my little treasure.
Yeah.
Then sometimes, unfortunately, you have to tell people like, hey, like this is where you stop. Like this is it.
Because you feel instinctively, we feel it when people aren't doing it. Energy vampires, haven't figured it out for themselves. So they're desperately seeking you to figure it out for them. I've learned, this is my 2025. I've learned I'm not doing that.
Good for you.
I'm not doing that. I'm moving into 2026 and I'm staying in my little lane.
Done. Yes.
Well, okay, Allie, we want to hear. What was your lessons in 2025? And get close to that microphone so we can hear it.
I think so interesting.
Yeah.
2025 was the snake shedding.
Oh, I know. Holy buckets.
So fascinating.
Yes. So and also so grateful for 2025.
Yeah.
2025 was beautiful. I really had the time and space in 2025 to come home to myself.
Okay.
I think moving here was a part of that.
Yeah.
And that literally seeing the mountains, I cried. Obviously, and I didn't realize it. So I think we can get so busy in our lives.
Yeah.
Running businesses, doing all the things. Like I've been an entrepreneur since I was a little kid as well. I sold jewelry at the soccer field.
I love it.
Oh my God.
You guys
did we just
up.
become best friends?
You're best friends.
We did.
I love it.
Yes. So I think we can get so wrapped up in the world and all the things that are going on in our lives. And I saw the mountains when we were driving in, and it just felt like home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got to spend this summer just being in nature, being surrounded, and being by myself in awe of this place.
Mhm.
Wow, Glacier, going to your house. Oh my gosh. Just like the
Gorge.
view,
Yeah.
just gorgeous.
I
It is.
de-stress. I literally feel I don't have that high a cortisol level in Montana, but if it did,
Yes.
I can literally feel it going down as I drive on the highway to where I
Yes.
live.
Yes.
Really?
It's palpable.
It's just
See, that's amazing.
the land here is magical, and I felt like it called to.
Yeah. Yeah.
As silly as that might sound, but
So 2025 for you sounds like to me it was a bit more of a self-check, reset,
yeah.
kind of a shift, like a magical shift energetically wise.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. And I made a choice, right? My life from the outside doesn't necessarily look like it makes sense. Like I left a business that's thriving and has grown every year, and it's in Florida.
Okay.
So from the outside, it doesn't make sense that I would leave that. But
Yeah.
Mhm.
I can run it from here.
Perfect.
And I'm so grateful for that. I have an incredible team of women. And I guess going back, when I started that business, I was doing it all myself, and I burned out.
Yeah.
And I had a story that, it's going to be so hard to find people who are going to see my vision, who are wanting to be a part of this.
Yeah.
So I own a spray tan company, and it's incredibly vulnerable. So you meet them, and then you're like, hi, let's get naked.
Yeah, it's
Or
true.
very close to naked. So why I started that company was because I wanted to give women a safe space in that so vulnerable thing. You're standing naked or partially naked, somehow naked, in front of someone that you just met.
Yeah.
And I wanted to create a space for people to feel comfortable, and they're doing it because they want to feel good about themselves. It's
Yeah.
a beauty treatment.
Yeah.
We feel better when we're tan.
Yeah.
I think we all need it that are sitting here today.
Oh, I
Like,
am
Well, you
like
guys are a little bit more
winter
olive tone.
tan
I'm
over
straight up
here.
pale.
She's got the pole
I was-
skin over there. I think she needs
do.
it.
I do need it. Need a little spray.
But I think that there was yes, I started that business for a reason, but for that reason of being able to empower women. And as that business grew and I had a team, and I found the women that work for me are just so amazing.
Oh, I love that.
And it's so beautiful. And also my vision when I created that company was like, I want to give women good pay. I want to give them flexibility. I want to create a company culture where they're grateful.
Yeah.
They know that I'm grateful for them.
Yep.
And that there's not a hierarchy. They can tell me anything. And seeing that has been really beautiful, but not being able to do the service myself
Oh.
I didn't have that interaction as much with clients because I was injured, so I wasn't able to do the services. And I just missed like that connection.
I just noticed a link between the two of you.
Yes, I did too.
Okay.
I just hired a teacher for the first time after 5 years of running a very full ballet
Yeah.
school and doing every class on my own, back end financials and productions.
Yeah.
I mean, everything.
Yep.
And I prayed and I found my teacher, Alyssa. She's from Texas. So she was through the Texas system. We had some of the same teachers. And I just hired her last September, not this past one, but the September before. And I gave away all my classes.
Mhm.
And now I go in and I'll set pieces or give a master class or like be a presence there and see what the levels are that we're working with student wise. But it was a real shift for me too. Yeah. And it was empowering
Yeah.
for both of us, my teacher and
Yes.
myself. And I think part of the joy is propping her up and telling and fulfilling her life in some way, because I really had to reflect on it. And I'm like, what are my gifts? That did come to my brain this holiday season. What am I supposed because my aunt just passed away and she left a lot for us. But she also left like intangibles to us, spiritual intangibles to us. And so I'll always remember the things. I have so much inside of me from her. What are people going to be left with from me? And I immediately thought about my teacher, and it got me outside of myself. And so I started thinking, okay, what would she want right now? What does she need? Not just a bonus or pay, but like morale and support and things like that. And I thought it was a really leveling up of me, I think, as a person and as a boss, and in a spiritual way. How do people walk away from a relationship with me feeling?
Yeah.
With whatever capacity we have. But like business wise, it was a beautiful moment to discover her. I was like worshiping her and wanting to give her the moon and the stars to come, because it's hard to find, for our business, it's just hard to find someone that I would leave the kids with.
Yeah.
And that also has the training, some of the training that I had.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. And it's the legacy is
Yeah.
more of what I see, and like the vision being fulfilled, which is really beautiful. Because I will get messages now from clients and they're like, oh my gosh, this person's so amazing.
Well,
and
that's
like
good.
that is just so beautiful. I was doing a training with one of my people last night, and she was just like saying how much she loved the clients and how she was reflecting back to me that how much they had been impacted by, everyone loves you. It's like,
I love that. That
so
makes
it's
you
really,
feel so good.
really beautiful to
Yes,
hear
yeah.
on that
Wow.
level, and like that's felt very complete,
Yeah.
and that I get to have impact through the people that
Yeah.
work for me now,
Yeah.
even though I don't get to have that one-on-one interaction with people, but
Right.
the vision has been fulfilled and the legacy of that, and reflecting and coming back to that box.
Yeah.
What am I here for? What am I doing? So to answer your question in a very roundabout way,
That's okay. I love it. It's beautiful.
it's coming back.
Yeah.
And believing in myself. Like, I created that business that had that kernel of me
Yeah.
in it. As like, that was my why.
Yeah.
Being tan is cool, but it's like, how impactful is it? But it's about the interaction. It's about the experience.
Totally.
So
Yeah.
that can have impact. So yeah, I just spent the last, I guess, five months just really coming back to like myself and my roots. Part of my injury was my brain. So I had in 2022 to 2024, I really was a shell of myself.
Yeah.
So the last years have been a returning to that I love to write. And writing has been a really powerful tool for myself in my own healing. And since I was a little kid, it was like my escape.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you're writing.
Yeah.
And you're
Yes.
writing a book.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Also,
Yes.
you should plug your tanning business.
You should
no?
plug you can do whatever you want, girl.
Or
That's
not.
what this platform's for. Promotion. So
Just thinking of the sales,
yeah.
the ROI. You
Yes.
know.
Yes.
The tanning company is in Naples, Florida. It's
Okay.
called Viva La Bronze.
But you're going to be launching a book.
Yes. So I started writing this book 10 years ago.
Wow.
It sat in my computer
Okay.
for a
Amazing.
decade, and the snake and the ending and all the things. So it's like 2020, the end of 2025 felt just like a beautiful end
Yeah.
and shedding of all the things.
Yes.
And that's also like what the book is about.
Oh, good.
So this whole conversation is really beautiful because that is what the book is about.
That's
It's
wonderful.
called And
Unbecoming.
it's about our programming, our conditioning, letting go of that. But it's also cyclical, like life and all. Like we go through things, and like you were saying, 2025 just doesn't end. Those things don't just end. Like life and nature is cyclical.
Yeah.
Like we have
True.
the seasons, we have cycles that we move through. So yeah, that is
Moon cycles. The
And-
calendar used to be according to the moon cycle. Okay, we'll get into history, I think, maybe like later or
it.
another
Well,
episode.
then I'm thinking of cycles, which I'm getting close to ending. So I'm going in a different mindset.
Right? See, there's so many cycles of life.
So many cycles of
now
life.
you'll follow the sun.
Yes, I love it. I will be following the sun. Okay, I love that, Allie. And it's unbecoming, but it's not released yet. You don't you're going through the publishing process.
It will be you can it's pre-available, pre-sale.
What?
Yeah, it's on my website, pre-sale.
My gosh.
Yeah.
You're a mover shaker, man. But
Well,
you're silently doing it in the dark.
I did the editing.
Yeah, you're like
You
the
know?
shadow lady.
I can see that.
I totally can see it.
There's a quote that said, oh gosh, I'm not gonna get it. But
Okay.
basically there's do things silently and then show them the results.
1,000%. I'm learning more of that.
Yeah.
I'm learning more of that.
I think like the people I resonate very deeply with having a small group of people. I don't need tons of people. I've never actually had tons of people.
And I'm going to have to
So-
lean on you two because I'm running this entire show myself. But eventually,
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
need people.
You need
And that
Yes.
is a complete. My husband runs a company. He's got all sorts of people.
yes.
That's a whole different
Yes.
beast.
Yeah.
And for me, I haven't even crossed that bridge yet.
Mhm.
Always worked under somebody or
Yeah.
for somebody. For me, that's always been more of a like collaborative type energy or directive. But now me having to lean into maybe potentially in 2 years having to hire some staff. That's something I'm going to lean on you guys.
Do it before you're ready. That's what
Do
I
it
tell
before I'm
everyone.
ready.
Do it before you're
That's
ready.
good
Yeah,
advice.
she's right because
Don't
you'll
be
get
in
to
my position.
yeah, that part was really hard for me when it became overwhelming, and then it was on the
I'm
verge
already
of
freaking there.
What
are you talking about?
Then
do it
hire now.
Julie's hiring.
I've got
you got
editing.
it.
I've got obviously cameras that need to be
create a
ran.
spreadsheet
Yes.
I do. I need to
for
do
people
that.
to take on those responsibilities and
Yeah.
start that.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to need that, especially with the
Hire-
magazine launch. I'm like, holy shnikes.
Yeah, because you
That's
have a
gonna be a big one.
tenacity about you, and you'll be like,
Yeah.
it's this challenge, like you talked about before, and it's fulfilling. But
don't get
just
back to
delegate
burnout.
now.
What I'm
Yeah,
okay, here's my
Perfect
thoughts
for
because I would love to. I would love for you guys to come back and talk about this because one
Yes.
thing I want to talk about is women, and I'm working with one right now that eventually, once she launches her big line, her big division, she will have to hire quite a few more people. And I've seen that with women who are the operators. They're in the trenches. They do the thing, but then they're getting bigger and they're scaling and doing all these cool things. They have to let go of some of that control. Not
Yeah.
necessarily, but it does.
Essential.
Yeah, that the vision and the pull through that you have to be able to know how to manage that, but also manage that internally because you are letting go a little bit
You.
Mhm.
to take on a bigger role, bigger capacity.
there's a beauty in that.
Yeah, there
in that
is.
metamorphosis.
That's true.
Yeah.
Which I think we all, because I want to ask questions and I want to come back for ladies like you that have that experience. Because I think it's something that needs to be talked about because people that are scaling, especially being here, moving here, seeing all the opportunity, all the potential to be able to scale here, what does that take? What does the scaling take? And then
Mm.
how do you walk through worrying about whether or not you got the right the people on board? Are they
Terrifying.
going to pull through? Are they going to, I don't know, deviate from what your vision is? And like, it happens.
Oh.
Shit happens like
Well,
that.
then
and
you
hear
have that vetting process that
The
you've
vetting
already
process.
been doing from your personal life, and there's a real translation into your professional life.
Absolutely.
You learn in the process.
Absolutely.
It's not going to be perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah,
all,
just like life.
Totally. And all the people that I've met, and as they have launched new product lines or things like that, it's really interesting how talking to them and now launching new things have shifted and changed and things have gotten better. And some things they're like, what? Where did this come out in left field?
Yes.
And they're
Di-
trying to navigate through it. It's definitely good conversations that we need to have next time.
New problems.
New
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna transition real quick and we're gonna talk about the year of the horse. And then we're gonna kind of wrap it up. But the year of the horse, the year of the fire horse, it's a rare combination that occurs once every 60 freaking years. Can you believe that?
60. Oh,
60
it's not
years.
a Chinese 12-year thing.
I didn't know that. This is what
So it's
ChatGPT
the
telling me.
element plus, right?
It sounds like
what
it.
Oh, okay. So you have
creates
water, wood,
variation.
fire, and the horse
Ether?
comes every year. or every 12 years,
Yeah.
but the fire horse not every 12 years. Got it.
Okay, so here's what I got, girls. Here's what I got. Okay, so the core themes of this year for the year of the horse for 2026 is movement, momentum, courage, and change. The horse symbolizes freedom and dynamic progress, which we covered a lot of this stuff, like pretty freaking fascinating. That you just said this. The fire element adds passion, innovation, and risk taking, often associated with breakthroughs, transformation, and forward motion.
Let's go.
What?
Amen.
Did we just not talk about all this?
Totally totes my goat.
I
Sorry,
love that.
just
No,
said
I love that. That's
I love
amazing.
that.
Okay, so here's my thoughts. Okay. Oh, so what does this mean? Okay, with all these pieces, which is super exciting, I don't know why. When I saw the year of the horse, it got me freaking fired up. I wasn't like that excited about the snake. I don't know if it's because I don't like snakes, but also too, I feel like snakes are like the shedding piece. I'm like, did we have to go through some crazy shit?
Yeah,
I think a lot of
To
people
get to where
did.
we're at
Yeah.
now? And I'm like,
I feel
yes,
that.
2025 was crazy for me, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Mine was
So now-
very much.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't touch on details, but very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like little things I'm sure after this conversation, oh, yeah, we could have talked about this and that for 2025, but I'm glad it's over. Not that I didn't, like, I don't wish time away. I don't wish time with my kids. I had a great year with my children. It was a big year for my son because he graduated from high school. So I had some like really great, wonderful moments, but I'm glad it's moving into the horse year.
Now that I'm thinking about it,
Yeah.
I could look this up, right?
Yeah.
But just with my own mind, I love snakes. But I was thinking about snakes can't get anywhere really fast. So they have to go through the terrain to get where they're going.
Oh,
So you can't fly over it.
Yeah.
You've got to go through it.
true.
And so I was thinking about the positive aspects, but also the challenging aspects of snakeitude. Snakes.
We're going to coin that.
Snakeitude.
I'm totally that's going to happen. Snakeitude. All of Emily-isms.
It's so my dad.
I freaking love
He
it.
loved to make words up.
I think
Love
it's
that.
great. I think you need to have a whole quote book.
I'll get on it.
Okay,
Yes.
you're going to launch a book and you're going to launch a quote book. Okay, so with the year of the horse, all right, you guys, let's think about walking into 2026 with that symbolism and how you're going to apply it. Give me something on that one. How are you going to apply the year of the horse to your life for 2026? I know I'm throwing something heavy at you.
I just feel like there's a lot of pride in horses. There's just this, like the point of the herd, there's just this strength in the herd. But eventually, like horses will go out on their own. And I think that they're just they're strong, but they're so gorgeous.
Yes,
and they're
absolutely.
doing it with such grace.
Yes.
And
And you want to lead with that.
I want to lead with that.
Okay, gotcha.
I absolutely. I think the courage and the stamina is a beautiful inspiration. Going and wanting to invest, be an investment, like I didn't think about that in the beginning of 2025. That came to me from going through things and experiencing what it feels like to do it here and go through that whole process with the banks here and go, maybe I don't want that. Maybe I want something exciting for my children to
Yeah.
have a place to go to or to have my money grow for me in a different place. That's innovation to me.
We want to pause and recognize the businesses that make this space possible. Sponsorship on the IWD406 podcast is more than advertising. It's a commitment to Montana women supporting Montana women. As a Pass the Mic sponsor, we create a custom audio commercial for your brand, giving you triple exposure on the podcast, across our digital platforms, and on YouTube, all as evergreen content that lives long beyond a single episode. Right now, businesses can receive 12 podcast episodes for the price of one. If you believe in honoring Montana women's history, amplifying their stories, and supporting a platform that truly invests back into the community, we love to work with you. Contact IWD406 today at www.iwd406.com. All right, Emily, you guys. So the year of the horse. All right, so we're going to walk through what does the year of the horse mean to you? And what are you going to take some of those pieces, empowerment? What else did we say? What was the other pieces to it?
Action.
Action. Oh, freedom. I love movement, momentum,
Yeah.
courage, and change. I love when we talk a little bit about what do you have the courage to do into 2026? So is there any sort of courage or change that you're going to make, or what do you have like movement or momentum to keep blasting into 2026 with fire and just rage and anger? No, I'm just kidding.
With hostility. I
Hostility.
forced
No,
myself into
That's not what
2026.
horses are. They're lovely. Okay, go ahead.
Horses are graceful. Horses, and at the same time, they're powerful.
Yeah.
I think that's a dynamic icon to keep in your head.
But I love what you said about the snake. Can you
Uh-huh.
go back to that idea of they don't fly.
Yeah.
They're on the ground. They're forced to move through things.
Oh, yeah.
I love what you were saying.
It just came to me because I was like, okay, what's the benefit of the snake? They're beautiful. I love them. They have to go through it.
Yeah.
They can't fly over it to get to where they're going. They can't go around it. They've got to go through it and through it, right? If you just watch that snake going through a jungle or whatever. And looking back at my 2025 and the specificities of it and the challenges, it was like, I won't ever want to go through some of the things that I did go through in 2025. Very much focused personally in some of my personal relationships and who I chose, which goes back to vetting, why that's so important and wasted so much time for me. And then, so I'm grateful for that. I shed that skin. Thank you, Allie, for mentioning that. And I feel renewed and I feel beautiful and I feel strong and I feel kind all at the same time. I feel free and I feel like I don't need approval to do what I want to do in 2026.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't need any. I love it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm so used to snapping from
I
theater
love it.
kids.
I love a good snap.
I love a
Okay.
finger symbol.
Yes. That's wonderful.
Yeah. And I'm going to go with that. I feel like I'm my best friend now. Like I've got my own back. And my dad used to tell me, he's like, Emily, you need to be good to yourself. And I wasn't understanding what he was talking about. And now I get it. I'm like, if I'm not good to myself, I don't have anything left and I love my friends and I want to give to them. And so I am ready for going into the challenges, but mostly I don't see it as challenges in 2026. I see everything as an opportunity and it is exciting me. I am excited. I think some major things are going to happen in my life. I just feel that.
Yes.
And I'm also putting the steps into place to do that.
Yeah, I love that.
It's very action oriented.
It's so action oriented.
Yeah.
Good
and
job, girl.
I have a great like my self-talk has never been better.
That's wonderful.
I love it.
I love it too. Good job, girl.
Best year of my life.
Best year of your life. Coming up. Let's do it. All right, Allie, what do you got?
Beautiful.
How are you going to take it?
Oh,
Freedom. Yes.
it's a core value.
Yes.
And I love horses.
I do too.
Oh my gosh. I've loved horses since I was a tiny kid. So once the year of the horse started coming up, I was like, oh,
I know.
beautiful.
And being here in
Horses.
Montana and horses are so representative of
Yes.
Montana culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
It was like you were meant to be here.
Yeah, I
Yes.
see horses out of my windows.
Oh.
And my grandfather, who was born in Montana, he saved the wild Mustangs when they were killing them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And they were rounding them up, and he saved a number of them and
Wow.
brought them to his ranch.
Whoa.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So I have a deep connection to horses because he had them, and I lived with him
I love
when
that.
I was little. So yeah, the freedom.
Freedom
The
is such a big one.
freedom
Yeah.
And their strength. And
Totally.
I think the horses just are who they are.
Yeah. Yeah. You just got to take them.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
I think just stepping more into owning all of who I am and being unapologetic about that.
Such a good point.
And
Boom.
yeah.
Good job, girl.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
I can see that.
That's just, I've wanted to be a writer and I've written. I had
Yeah.
a blog forever. Like, I just want to own that part.
I love
more
that. I love that.
And owning more of my story
Yeah.
and how that I can help other women come home to themselves.
I love that. That's beautiful. I love that. And you need to give me your link so I can put it in the show notes. So
Sure.
anybody listening can eventually download or order her book and get a signed copy. Freaking
Yes.
awesome. Emily, real quick, do your plug. What do you got going on?
I still own the Whitefish School of Ballet.
Yes.
And we have a magnificent class on Mondays from 5 to 7 p.m. for 7 to 10-year-olds. And then I just opened a new business. I received my diploma for my master's in science for clinical mental health counseling this past May from Montana State Billings.
Perfect.
And I just opened my own practice called Natural Healing Practices, where in the very beginning, if the client so chooses, we use movement for healing and work outside of the box to get their box strong again.
Okay, where do they go to tap into that?
So I'm on psychologytoday.com.
Okay.
If you type in the Flathead Valley as a search or Whitefish or Kalispell, eventually my name will come up.
Okay, cool.
And that's where they can find me now.
I love that.
Yeah.
You girls are doing it. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up with my little thing for the year of the horse. It says on here that cultural interpretation, I can't talk. Horses are seen as energetic, decisive, independent leaders who excel when they act boldly and adapt quickly. And I feel like for this year, for me, you're right. Horses are powerful. I also like the fact that as women in Montana, I think we work well together. I think that you get tribes, you get herds, and I think of equated as like strong women boldly moving across the prairie in Montana. And that's where I see myself as collaborating with the right, strong, independent leaders, keeping moving forward with what my goal setting was. Like I knew that I always wanted to launch a magazine. I knew I wanted to do that. I knew I wanted to build out this podcast. I knew I wanted a platform where powerful, independently strong, but also willing to work together. That's a big thing. I honestly don't believe you can come to Montana and start a business or something, but community really matters here. Authentic storytelling matters here. I think the one thing I love about horses is that they can sense things. Like they have this strong energy field of authenticity and like the core of somebody who is a handler. I interviewed Sally Conrad. She talked about how they can pick that up right away. They can sense things about you that you don't even know about yourself. So I want to move through 2026 in that mindset, moving through where I'm collaborating with the right people that want to build. They want to build community. They want to be seen because horses are majestic. They're powerful. They're hard not to look at. They stand out. So I want to showcase those people and people that are wanting to be showcased. I want to pull those through. And I just felt like when I saw that was the year of the horse and the fire horse too, I was like, yeah, let's go. Let's
powerful.
make this happen. Okay, ladies, that's my end of it all. But yay, it was so much fun, you guys. So I need for you guys to come back, and we're going to dive deeper into other topics. And for those listening in, I want to hear from you guys. If you can, message me, DM me on Facebook, our social media platforms. You can even go to our website at www.IWD406.com and send me something that you're interested in talk about. If you want to talk about a topic, this year, I'm opening up the podcast a little bit more for special segments where women can come on and we can dive deeper into conversations about certain topics and gives everybody a chance to really have thoughtful conversations and also get a chance to promote and plug themselves as well. So if you're interested, send me a message and we can go from there.
It is always a delight to be on.
It is so much fun.
So
You're
we'll do this
great.
again.
We love you.
All right. We love you guys too. All right. Thanks for listening. A special thank you to our podcast guest. You can find all of her links in the description of this episode. If you like what you heard, please hit subscribe. You will be notified of future podcast guests. Follow us on our social media platforms and stay tuned for our next podcast chat with an amazing Montana woman.